It's giving me 7515.4.
That's better than my first solution.
Yes. So
751.
I just used copilot.microsoft.com.
yeah. So maybe
With
they have.
If I use it with smart thinking, it also gets a better answer.
It's too close, this one.
Yeah, it's very close. And
Mhm.
I'm not even using GPT-5 here for this Copilot. If I click on that, I'll probably,
Let's see with the GPT-5. Mhm.
yeah. So let's see, same prompt. So it's analyzing. Okay. So it's
7515.40. Same.
yes, same answer.
Yeah.
But I mean, here it says this answer, but on ChatGPT it gives the exact answer.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because I tried it on my mobile phone, the calculator,
Mhm.
and it does give the right answer with that. Yes.
I think this is
So,
something which is very much closer.
Yes, this is the closest answer. Yeah, 7515.4 is the exact answer according to the iPhone's calculator.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the exact answer of this.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Point 4.
it does say approx here, but point
Mhm.
4, with point 4, this is the exact answer. Without
Okay.
the decimal, it is still 7515, which actually ChatGPT gave us
Yeah.
for this number. Yeah. So I guess Copilot varies a little other than ChatGPT.
Yeah. Maybe the ChatGPT Pro version gives you a more approx answer than that.
Yeah, maybe that is the case.
Yeah.
And
yeah, what is a problem for me? You could try it again just with copilot.microsoft.com
okay,
because it's the same wrong answer if I ask with step by step or if I don't ask with step by step for me.
okay. This Copilot on Microsoft.com.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try.
Seven
Oh,
five
it's
one
giving right
five.
answer over
I got
point
the
4.
wrong answer with this if I didn't ask for.
Maybe Thomas, is there a typing mistake? Can you check once the number?
Uh,
Five,
cannot
five.
be if I change from quick response to
Mm-hmm.
smart, it gets the right answer.
Okay.
Okay, so it's probably the model, it's not
And
you.
if I ask the same one with quick response with explained step by step at the end, I
Mm-hmm.
also get the
Mhm.
wrong answer. I would show you, but I can't share the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. No problems with that. It's probably the model, it's not you. And that's how the AI models function. So, I mean, don't worry about that. Even if you're getting the wrong answer, it is probably explaining you how it reached that wrong answer with step by step, right?
Yeah, it's better to see that it's a wrong answer if we do it step by with explanation.
Hmm. So, can you see where it is getting wrong, where the mistake is?
Step by step. Ah, I could just share it with you. I think there is a chat here or not?
Yes, yes, yes. There's a chat
Yeah,
here.
there's a chat here.
Yes. Okay. Got it. Okay. Let's see what left for. This is your chat, right?
Uh, also do this, yes, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
7510. It's wrong.
It's wrong. And the number is correct. What you have typed is correct. So square
Uh,
root of this. Let's okay, it has given you quite a step now. Let's say what is the and then square root of this and question mark. We'll only change that part, nothing else. Okay? Let's see what it comes up with. Oh, it's giving you the right answer. In the same chat, it is giving the right answer.
but
Again,
only
just put
with what
again.
is
Uh-huh.
and
Again,
the
just put
one
the old
square.
one.
Thomas, can
Let's
you do
try.
this thing? I have I have put it in the chat. The what is the square root of this number? Just copy paste that into your
Let's
chat and see if you get this answer.
just for an experiment. Can we
Uh,
put the old prompt again? Square root the number. That's it.
okay,
The what Thomas has
okay,
added it. So let's see now what it returns.
okay,
Yeah, square root
okay. I'll get
and
it.
remove the question mark. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah,
It
okay,
will be interesting. Yeah.
yeah. If it gives us the wrong answer, then this will be really interesting. No, it's giving the right answer.
Now it learns
Ah.
from its mistake.
Now it has probably learned.
Oh, I was just as stupid for the English word. I think I wrote square root with S with a U between.
But
No, no,
still
that's okay.
now
I did the same
it
mistake.
understands.
Whatever the spelling is, Thomas, I carry forward the same thing. I did not change that spelling. I just added what is the, and then there is a question mark at the end. It gave us the
Yeah.
right answer.
No,
Then we
I
reverted
wrote
back
it
to your
this
original
way.
prompt. Yeah. Is it giving you right answer now?
If I tried with smart thinking, yes. If I tried with fast,
Quick response.
Just
quick
quick response.
response,
Try with quick
not.
response.
If I tried
It's
with
not
a
giving
new
you that.
chat, now I get nearly the right answer, so it's just
It did learn probably from its own mistake because this is really interesting that you are getting a wrong answer first, and in the same chat when I put the same thing, it is giving me the right answer.
okay.
Yeah.
So what I learned from this, don't trust the AI. Just
Blindly.
Yeah.
prove
Yes.
everything it says.
Yeah.
Yes. Ask for the
Okay.
proof. Whenever you think it has made up something, ask for the proof. Ask it to explain to you with step by step change of thought kind of a thing. And that is what chain of thought is. Now, the next point is the tree of thought. So now chain of thought is basically one problem that we have that we think about it, explain it, and it happens step by steps in front of us, and we can change any step that we want if we want to change something. And this is just one problem that is, and we are following one path, but in smaller sections, right? So tree of thought is basically there are multiple options in front of you. Let's say multiple paths in front of you, and you have to reach one destination. And then how do you choose which path is good for you? That is basically the tree of thoughts. So it will generate options for you, like AI creates multiple reasoning approaches to explore different possibilities. What is possible from here? What are the options that you have? Then it will evaluate each path for you, which is, to compare pros and cons and potential outcomes of each reasoning branch. It will select the best solution and choose the most promising path based on the systematic comparisons. Now, what is the most useful use case in this is recently, I'll tell you a story that happened in our office. Recently, what happened is one of our clients, they run a school here in India, so they wanted to create a system for their school where all their teachers can connect. And this is not just one school at one place. This is a chain of schools. There are like 200, 300, 200, 250 branches they have all over India. And they wanted to bring all their teachers on one platform, and they wanted them to let the teachers share their teaching content with each other so that they can learn from other teachers who are teaching the same subject, and they can improve their own teaching skills and everything. So they wanted to create that platform. Now, the agency that has been consulting them, so they are sort of a middleman between the client and us. And what they were suggesting is we will do a serverless thing where the front end will be React or something like that, and we'll use a Supabase backend, which is a open source alternative of the Google's NoSQL database, and we'll go completely serverless. We'll deploy everything on Vercel, and we'll have one backend database. We'll connect directly from front end to the database directly, and we'll put all the business logic in the front end only. And that's how they wanted to build it.
Mhm.
And the client said that I want to use this particular software once it is built. I want to use this for next 10, 15 years because my school is going to grow. There are going to be more teachers onboarding and everything. And that was the suggestion that was given by the consultant was to go serverless and build an application accordingly. Yesterday in the afternoon when we had a meeting, I suggested that we should not go serverless for this because the system is going to be there for long period and it needs to be scalable as well. So we should go with proper backend servers. So I suggested that we use Python as a backend with the Django framework, a proper PostgreSQL database. We can still use Supabase if you want because that is basically a wrapper on PostgreSQL. And
Mhm.
front end can be anything you want. It can be React, it can be HTML, whatever you want, it can be there. But we'll go with the server. Now, there was a debate whether to go serverless or not. So the client has given us a couple of days to decide those things. And I was discussing the same thing with ChatGPT, whether to do it or not. And I was able to come up with using this way of thought technique. I was able to come up with a straight up comparison of things that, what will happen if we go serverless and what will happen if we go with server and what is the gap and what is the need. So now I have a full-fledged document with proof that if we use a proper server, we follow the traditional ways of building the software, then the solution will be scalable, stable, and long-term, sustainable. Instead of if we do a serverless thing, there will be a lot of technical debt that they will save the money in development right now, but in 5, 6 years, they'll have to spend 10 times more money just to maintain the system if we go serverless. And that I was able to do that with, implementing this tree of thought properly. Okay. So first, we will see how to implement this tree of thought. And later on, I'll show you the document that I have built as a gap, analysis thing for this so that you'll understand how these things can be implemented in the real life scenarios as well. Okay. So let's see, for an example, we are going to do a tree of thought. Before that, I would like to just ask Thomas. Thomas, is this concept clear? What tree of thought is basically?
Oh, I would be interested to understand it. I had a look for it and I didn't understand what I looked for.
Mhm.
Okay, okay, fine. So, tree of thought is basically multiple paths in front of you. Let's consider you are going from point A to point B, and you have like three, four different ways of reaching point B. So you are to evaluate which is the best path to reach point B from point A, right? So that is what the tree of thought is. We'll see the concept first and then we'll implement as well. So basically, the scenario is you have a startup. Here on the slide, the scenario is you have a startup which is you are going to launch, which is based on a mobile app. So which market should you target first? Now it has not given us what the app does or any context of the app, but what it is showing us, the path one is tier one cities where there is high capability of spending and tech adoption is very easy. People are easy to adopt the technology. The path two is tier two cities where the cost is lower and it is a growing market. And path three is online first, which is scalable, cost effective, and easy to reach people. The cons of all of these three are first is expensive marketing and fierce competition because in tier one cities there are so many people who are launching their apps. They are trying to reach the same people you are trying to reach. So there is always going to be competition. Tier two, there is slow adoption of tech and there is limited infrastructure. And here and for the part three is the it requires strong digital marketing and something like that. So these three paths are there. Now it sounds very vague as of now, but if you put this problem in front of ChatGPT and ask it to explain it like a tree of thought, it will give us options and it will also help us to compare it side by side and reach to a decision, right? So let's apply this to ChatGPT, add some context to it. Let's create a new chat. Okay. So
What is tier
context.
one cities and tier two
Sorry.
cities?
Oh, okay. So tier one cities are basically the metro cities or the topmost cities of the country. In case of India, we can say Mumbai is tier one city. Then there is Bangalore, that is a tier one city. Then Hyderabad is there, Delhi is there. These are all tier one cities.
And the cities I don't know are tier two cities.
Yeah. So right after tier one cities, the tier twos are exactly after them. Like let's say if Mumbai is tier one, we can say Pune is tier two because it is big. It has a lot of population, but compared to Mumbai, it has smaller rate of tech adoption or the people have limited ability to pay this kind of stuff. So that is tier two. So tier is basically the level. So tier one is topmost level, tier two is just below that, and that goes on.
Okay, so just very big city, smaller city.
Yes, in
Okay,
simple way you can say that.
I never heard this term.
Okay. This is usually a
And
marketing. It is used in marketing, so probably that's the reason.
yeah, I had it
Yeah.
at the university marketing and I had a good,
Maybe maybe they used a different word for tier at that time.
but tier is animal in Germany. So I never heard this.
Okay,
Okay.
that's why I said they must be using some other word for tier.
Okay, yeah, just show it in ChatGPT. Yep.
Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just giving it context. This is a tree of thought simulation. We are having debate on which path of launching a new AI startup is viable. Some of us are saying it's at the universities. Let me just repeat from the tier one based on the rows and form the other two like that. We'll have only two options for now. We'll add another option later. Let's see what it comes up when that is set. And
So the second or third tree is not, or you added
sorry, I did not understand that.
the only mobile.
Okay. You were saying something, Thomas?
Yeah, there is a third branch.
Yeah, there's a third
Long
branch.
long.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, so there is a third branch as well, but right now what we are going to do is we are going to ask it to have only two branches. Okay, let's see what it does with two branches, and then we will afterwards in the chat we will introduce the third branch. That this is also an option, and then we'll have a side-by-side comparison of all three. So I just want to show you how it changes its approach when a additional option is introduced. It sometimes changes its approach, and I would like to demonstrate that because in real life scenarios, whenever we are discussing something with GPT, it uh, fixes itself on available options, and when we introduce something, sometimes it becomes difficult for GPT to with the new option properly, and it will revert back to the previous options only. So if that happens today again, I'll be able to demonstrate properly how to introduce the third option so that it will give the equal weightage to all three, and it will be able to compare all the options without any bias. Okay. So let's have this. So the prompt is basically what I'm saying is this is a free of thought simulation. We're having a debate on which path to launch a new AI startup is viable. Some of us are saying it's at the tier one cities, and some of us saying it is tier two. The tier one team says that the pros are high user spending, tech adoption, and cons are expensive marketing and fierce competition. Okay. And the other team says that the pros are for the tier two city is the pros is the low cost and growing market, and the cons are the slower adoption and limited infrastructure. Now, I want to know your views on this. Now, it is supposed to give us a proper opinion, right? It is only repeating what being said, and it is saying at the end when tier one makes sense. If your AI product requires early adopters, enterprise clients, or something like that, and when tier two makes sense, then this. So it's not actually uh, here. It is not actually taking any sides, but now what it is doing is it is giving us a clear path for this. It's saying that you should do a pilot in tier one city. Validate your product early with the adopters because tier one people are easy to adopt anything. So you can do a pilot in tier one city and then scale in tier two and three city. So once the product is market fit and it is proven, then expand it to tier two because it is cost effective to expand there, and there you can get a large user base very easily. Okay, so it's basically asking us to combine this together, right? So the my view is start in tier one city for credibility and early traction, and expand to tier twos for scale and sustainability. So it is asking us to utilize the best of both worlds by giving us the strategy of launching in a tier one city and then scaling to the second and third. Now comes the third option. Okay. Now this third option is basically there is another option of offering online first. Okay. Now since it's an app, it has to be online, but still we are trying to put it this way. Online first, or shall we consider doing it online first? Right? So there are basically three and a half options now. Let's see how it reacts to it. It actually understood that I tried to add some twist to it. So it said great
Mhm.
twist. Yeah. So now we are just debating where tier one, tier two, but also how online first and offline first, which makes the strategy the richer. Strategy three richer. Okay, let's see. Online first launch, it will be the pros will be scalable, cost effective, and everything. If you do online, the cons will be require strong digital marketing, trust gap in some segments, and high noise online because everybody is selling online these days, so there is high noise online. Offline first. So the strategy is this. The pros are high trust factor because you are in front of them. Localized branding, word of mouth is cheaper marketing, then costly and less scalable. The cons are the slower iteration cycle and limited coverage. And if you put it all together, you can tier one plus online, which will get premium tech savvy audience, great for high value SaaS or enterprise tools. Tier one offline works if you are targeting enterprise or institutions. Tier two of online, it is affordable, scalable, and tier two. So now the final view is online first in tier one, build traction and credibility as it was right, before. Then selective offline pilots in tier two, build trust and penetrate deeper, and then scale online to both tier one and tier two simultaneously once product market fit is proven. So it is actually have started building a path of deployment for an AI-driven mobile app to enter into the market. Can you see the parallels that we gave it to us, and we gave it to ChatGPT and how it handled all that, and we got a probably a view of things on what to do on this. Rajiv,
Mhm.
did you get the angle of this? How it
Yeah.
navigated through these multiple options?
Yes. I
Yes,
we
Thomas.
usually uh-huh.
Yes, Ajit, tell me.
Yeah, at the initial time when started using ChatGPT, so initially
Mhm.
we used to do this to
Okay.
make decision making if we don't know what to choose. So yeah, I have done this before with ChatGPT in the initial
Okay.
time
Did
when
did it give
started
you the
using.
exact opinion like it is giving you right now?
Not exactly, but in when I have asked ChatGPT about this, it is like a diplomatic answer. This is
Yeah,
better.
because
You can go with this.
yeah,
You can not like that. So with the reasonings too. Correct.
right, right.
Yeah.
But it will just weigh the options that you have, and it would give you the that thing. But now it has learned to combine the options and find the middle way.
Hmm.
So it has learned to navigate through the different options.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thomas, did you get it?
Yeah, my marketing knowledge is not good enough to decide whether it's a good answer from ChatGPT,
Okay.
but
Okay.
I get it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So basically, it is weighing on the available options. So when you are not able to decide what to do, you can just explain everything to ChatGPT and then ask it to weigh on the options. We can also have one more thing. Uh, Yesterday, as we learned, we can have a structured output. So we can say that. can you create a side-by-side comparison of all these?
In a tabular form or something.
Yeah, available. Okay. And, yeah. So let's see. So here's the table. We have a table. Okay. So what are the pros and cons, and what is it best for?
Hmm.
So we have this table now,
Yeah.
right? So we can just take it out from here, print it somewhere, and have a brainstorming session with the team that whether to do, what to do, and we can have a clear path drawn that what will be the first priority, what will be the second, third, fourth, and that's how we can create it,
Okay.
right? So this
What
kind of
would
things we can
happen
do.
if you just ask it, have you a better idea how to market it?
Oh, we will do that, no problem. Let's try that. Apart from all the available options, what would you do if were to launch an AI app? And did we say India, or let's just
Mhm.
keep it? Yeah, let's see.
I think it will take our history and continue with India. I guess so.
Yes, because we have history over here in these charts.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. Oh, so if I were to launch an AI app startup today, I'd balance credibility, scalability, and cost. Here is the playbook I would follow. So step one is online first in tier one city. So it's actually giving us the same answer that it gave us as a suggestion.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's the same thing it is saying. But it is also adding some timelines to it. At the end, it said 1 to 6 months, then 6 to 12 months for the second thing, year two plus online, and then 12 to 8 months it would do a offline pilot. So you see how the rollout could look in practice.
Okay.
Okay, three of thought means you are thinking about alternatives and gives you alternatives to the AI and say, tell me what you think is best, think it's best.
Yes, that's
And
what your
you
thought is.
Correct.
could also, yeah, okay, fine. Now I understand
That's
it better than before.
Mhm.
yes. Cool. So yeah, that was tree of thought. So to summarize between tree of thought and chain of thought, should we do another prompt for tree of thought before we summarize this? Okay. Uh, there is a prompt here that I have, which is for the students who are not able to decide whether to do a master degree or to join a startup or do freelancing. Uh, should we do that prompt? Let's see what it does. So let's continue in the same chat so that we don't have to set up the context again. So the problem here is you have to choose between. Now I am asking GPT to choose between these things. Now it should be able to understand that this is entirely a different problem and should not connect it with the AI app launching issue. Let's see if it
Mhm.
is able to do that. Then the problem is you have to choose between pursuing a master's degree, joining a startup, or freelancing. Explore each option's risk, rewards, and growth potential using free of thought approach. Then pick the best choice. Okay, so let's see.